What if I told you that the strongest man on Earth, no, not The Rock, not Mike Tyson, not even Goku, actually respected some people? I'm talking about Yujiro Hanma, the living nightmare of the Baki universe. The guy who can stop earthquakes with a punch, dodge bullets like flies, and smile while crushing spines like toothpicks. Yeah, that Yujiro. He's arrogant, ruthless, and literally calls everyone else weak. But even this walking disaster of testosterone has looked at a few people in his life and gone, you know what? Not bad. Today, we're diving into the top 10 characters Yujiro Hanma actually respected. And trust me, some of these are going to shock you more than a slap from Yujiro himself. This is Emmaverse Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. At number 10, we have Spec. The unhinged monster Spec is like that one uncle who shows up at family gatherings just to fight everyone. A psychotic escapee from a max security prison, this guy was built like a tank and had a twisted sense of humor. Yujiro didn't exactly love him, but he noticed him. That's saying something. Spec's brutality, creativity, and sheer endurance in combat made Yujiro raise an eyebrow. In a world where most fighters are just bugs to him, Spec was at least a slightly bigger bug. And hey, you don't get Yujiro's attention by being normal. At number 9, Dorian, the refined maniac. Imagine if James Bond decided to be a villain, injected himself with steroids, and studied kung fu. That's Dorian. He's classy, deadly, and theatrical in the most horrifying way possible. While Yujiro doesn't respect his cowardice later on, because let's be real, Dorian kinda lost his cool, he did admire Dorian's talent and psychological warfare. Dorian was like a villain in a horror movie, unpredictable and stylish, and Yujiro loves a good challenge, even if he ends up breaking it. At number 8, Kaioh, the old master who refused to die. Okay, Kaioh is like 146 years old. He's that ancient grandpa who looks fragile but will sweep your legs, crack your ribs, and lecture you on tea brewing all in one breath. Yujiro respects raw power, but when Kaioh used centuries of martial wisdom to survive against him, it was like watching an ant dodge a nuke. And not only did he survive, but he outwitted Yujiro in some ways. That earned him a rare nod of acknowledgement. Yujiro respects anyone who plays the long game and doesn't die halfway through it. At number 7, Pickle, the caveman beast. Now, Pickle isn't a man. He's a dinosaur slayer from the Jurassic era. Frozen in time, defrosted into chaos. When Yujiro looked at Pickle, he saw something familiar, pure primal dominance. No technique, no strategy, just nature's raw power. It's like watching a lion fight a grizzly bear. Yujiro didn't just respect Pickle, he enjoyed his existence. Because in a world of martial arts and rules, Pickle reminded him of the beautiful violence of survival. No talking, just smashing. At number 6, Biscuit Oliva, Mr. USA. Biscuit Oliva is a man so muscular, even his muscles have muscles. He's got the looks, the strength, and the swagger of someone who eats tank shells for breakfast. Yujiro respected Oliva's title as America's strongest, but only for a while. See, Oliva represents controlled power, someone backed by a government, living lavishly, working for politics. Yujiro saw him as a strong man, but not a free man. Still, the respect was there, even if just for Oliva's insane physique and confidence. Also, let's be honest, when two men this buff stand next to each other, the respect is silent, but real. At number 5, Katsumi Orochi, the speed demon. Now, Katsumi isn't the strongest, but he's probably the fastest. His punches are so fast they break the sound barrier. He trained like a madman, rebuilt himself, and turned technique into a superpower. Yujiro doesn't care about underdogs, but when Katsumi fought with everything he had and still stood tall, Yujiro gave him props. Katsumi is like that one guy in gym class who shouldn't be winning, but somehow out-hustles everyone. Yujiro saw that fire and he didn't mock it. That's rare. At number 4, Muhammad Ali Jr., the cocky youngblood. Yeah, we all know how this ended. Ali Jr. got humbled so hard, Twitter had to make a new thread. But before that, Yujiro found him interesting. Ali Jr. had speed, skill, and charisma. He walked with the confidence of a king, and in a way, Yujiro respected that. Even if it was short-lived. It was like watching a TikTok boxer call out Tyson. Entertaining, brave, and just dumb enough to make you watch. Yujiro didn't hate the kid. He just wanted to teach him reality with fists. At number 3, Jack Hanma, the savage son. Jack Hanma is Yujiro's firstborn, and unlike Baki, Jack didn't care about honor or morals. He just wanted power. He trained until his body gave out, then restructured his entire physique just to be strong enough to fight Yujiro. Yujiro saw that and smiled. Jack was what Yujiro could have been if he had no self-control whatsoever, raw rage in a human shell. But the problem? Yujiro doesn't want clones. He wants warriors who challenge his mind, not just his fists. Still, the respect? Absolutely there. A son who lives only to beat his father? That's the Hanma way. At number 2. Baki Hanma, the favorite child. Let's be real. Yujiro may be the world's worst dad, but Baki is his greatest project. From the moment Baki was born, Yujiro wanted to forge the ultimate rival. He trained him with pain, raised him with chaos, and watched him grow into a true beast. Baki isn't stronger than Yujiro, not yet, but he's everything Yujiro respects. Independent, relentless, clever, and free. Their bond is twisted, violent, and borderline illegal, but beneath all the punching, there's love. Yujiro respects Baki not just as a fighter, but as his legacy. That's as close to a hug as Yujiro's ever going to give. Finally, at number 1, Yujiro Hanma, the true alpha. And finally, the only man Yujiro has ever looked up to, his father, Yujiro Hanma, the guy who defeated an entire military unit barehanded. The original monster, the one who passed down the Hanma devil back like it was a family heirloom. Yuichiro was everything Yujiro is now, and maybe even more. While Yujiro flaunts his strength, Yuichiro carried it like a burden. He had grace, humility, and wisdom behind those fists. And Yujiro? He never challenged him. Because sometimes even demons bow to kings. Yujiro Hanma may be the strongest creature on Earth, but even he knows when to nod in respect. Whether it's raw strength, fearless attitude, or an unbreakable will, these 10 people carved a space in his chaotic world. So next time someone tells you Yujiro respects no one, remind them he does, but only if you're crazy, powerful, or dumb enough to earn it. Thanks for watching, and hey, don't try to impress Yujiro, unless you enjoy being turned into a pancake. Like, comment, and subscribe before Yujiro finds your house. Peace.